Welcome to Open Up Forum, where we talk about anything and everything and give you guys like perspective on it. I'm here with my co-host Rob Lion. I'm over here, Ronald McConaughey, and my boy Matt, who's on the engineering part of the show.
Matt's in the house.
Yeah, Matt always in the house, and I'm Sean Wilson.
You would say Matt's on the tape.
Okay, we was off last week, right? We was off last week. I had.
Weren't we off for like 2 weeks?
No, that's just last week.
I feel like it's been a long time since I've been.
Boy,
in front of the
But you
mic.
love what you do.
Yeah, you miss us.
Love being here.
You miss us.
Yeah, you miss us. He called me. He was crying.
Y'all ain't right.
You gonna be back?
Did I really call you?
He's a.
Did I actually call you?
What is this?
He's
Hey,
just trying.
You don't
Well,
remember?
just tell me how you was crying.
I called you? What are we talking about? What did we talk
Did
about?
I call you? No, you didn't call.
Oh man,
I called you. Remember?
Look, people, we like to have
Let
fun
you know.
too. We like
You
to
had
have
to
fun.
go somewhere.
Yeah.
So you weren't going.
Oh yes, yes. I
Yeah,
thought you was talking about like this week while the week was going.
Oh, we like to have fun. People, we do, because we like what we do. We like what we do. Bring you entertainment. We give you good information. Open Up Forum is just a family little thing we got here going. But
It's our
actually,
family.
yeah, we family. But and anybody else who want to be in the family, you got to comment and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. I threw
Come
that
alive
in
and
there.
subscribe.
I threw that in there. So actually, what's the title of this what's the title?
Title is
He
the,
just gave
I
it.
think you should ask Matt.
annihilation, the
Make sure-
annihilation of a strong black man. And today
Right.
we're talking about
Today we talked about
the financial aspect.
okay, the financial aspect. I said so. I did a little research.
You did.
I did a little research.
You had it for last week.
Yes, I did. And then I lost it. So I had
Did
to,
you really?
I lost
For real?
it. Yeah, I lost it. That was it. But I had to, and I think I want to talk about though the new stuff like that. Worth versus income. Are they the same?
Worth and income, no.
That's exactly right.
No.
It's not the same. Because the between black male and white male, wealth is far
You're
in
talking about
between.
the wealth gap that I spoke
Yeah, the
about
worst
2
gap.
weeks ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, which was established with the housing.
Yep, established with the
situation.
house. It all falls in the line to what we talked about
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Because this wealth gap, a lot of people don't know about it
Mhm.
because we focus on income. I think as a nation, we focus on income on certain things as far as the black community is concerned. Because we worry about how can we take care of our families
Mhm.
and how much income it is needed to do that. Like for bills, utility bills, mortgage or rent. And for me, I think more black people need to own stuff.
Yeah, we
as
talked
far
about
as-
that.
Yeah, and we talked
said
about
Get
that.
property.
Yeah,
Property is wealth.
Yeah, actually,
That's
yeah.
that value. we
Yeah,
spoke
because
about
that's the
years ago.
asset. That's like an asset
Mhm.
for us. So
Mhm.
I think that's where the gap intertwines, and it goes right into what we was talking about 2 weeks ago. As far as and I think a lot of people don't know of but I ran across a book. I gotta bring it up. I gotta figure out how I lost it for some reason.
All right, while
It
you
was a
looking for it,
book,
can I
yeah.
say one
Go
thing?
ahead, talk.
Great. I just want to say, in this capitalist society that we live in,
Mhm.
called the United States of America,
Right.
most of us think that money and wealth
It's the same thing.
basically, like you're nothing if you don't have
Money.
And if the banks closed down today, what would you do? That's when you're wealthy. If you're wealthy, you'll say, it wouldn't bother me. I'll be okay. But
Yeah.
most of us, how long would you last?
That's a good question.
How long would you think you'd
That's a
last if
question that-
everything shut down?
Everybody should be asking themselves.
But you can get all your money out today, right? Because the banks are going down tomorrow. But you can get all the money that's in there out today. How long would you last on the money that you get out?
Me personally, I last a while.
How
I
about
last a
you?
while because I got investments and stuff like that.
Oh,
How about
that's
you?
pretty good.
How long? would
Probably
you do
about
that?
2 months. I would say.
If you got to say
Oh,
a number, like if you have a
that's
number
right.
in mind,
Mhm.
then you're not wealthy.
Mm.
You know,
That's what
but
they
if
say.
you-
I say.
That's what they
but
say?
they say if you would say, okay, yes, I can take my money out today,
Mm.
and everything will be fine for me and my family for the rest of our lives.
I would say
Not many of us.
not a lot of people
are
in
on
America, period.
Right.
Whether you're black or white or Hispanic, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I don't think a lot of people in this country can say that because in the days that we're living in now, like you're talking about, this particular economy is bad
Mhm.
Yep.
with everything being so high.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we talked about reparations. Reparations is a hot topic right now. It's going all
Mhm.
across the country.
Mhm.
And you know what I told you my fear was.
What's that?
This is before you got on the show. My fear was that they would give it to us, but it wouldn't be worth anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh,
Like, they'll
at the
give us-
time that they give it
At
to
the
us,
time
they
right.
give it,
Now that makes a lot of sense because if you really look at everything, like it looks like the dollar is
It's dying.
They're just the dollar's fighting to stay alive. The dollar's fighting for its life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this war over there ain't helping nothing because if they say, listen, you can't spend dollars over here no more, you got to spend something else over here now,
Mhm.
we're gonna have a problem because our dollar's not worth some of the currency that they dealing with.
And
You-
that's
you
what a lot of
understand what I'm
countries
saying?
are doing. They're trying
Yeah.
to decrease the value and
Mhm.
importance of the dollar. And Mr.
Mhm.
President is helping to bring that to
Yeah,
pass.
very much so.
Mhm.
But I gotta say this too, right?
Mhm.
I think, and I don't know, maybe this is just me. Y'all can tell me what y'all feel about this.
Go ahead, bro.
I think the wealth
Mhm.
to let's just say I don't want to. Yeah, how about let's say wealth
Put your
to
sentences
middle
together,
class.
brother. Put your sentences together.
No.
Go ahead.
Wealth
To
to middle class, right? Not even the low class.
you talking
Wealth
about rich
to middle class.
to middle class.
Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I think the
Alright.
gap.
is how bad?
I
How bad you say?
I think some of the middle class people who think they're middle class
Yeah.
are really not middle class.
Well, they got different levels of
You know.
rich. They got different levels of middle
Middle
class, and
class,
different
yeah.
levels of poor. I was
Yeah,
surprised to hear the different levels of poor.
B-
Not the rich and the middle class, but I was really surprised to hear the different levels of poor.
Mhm.
Yeah, because of the wealth now,
Mhm.
the poor there's a really really big gap, right? And the middle class and the low class,
Mhm.
I think the gap is kind of closer because I
So you
think some of us that think
the
we're
rich
middle
is here
class.
with the middle class, and it's here between the middle class and the poor. So you got a little bit smaller gap. And
Than the wealthy class, yes.
wealthy
I mean
class
the
is
wealth, the
wealth
wealthy
to the
class,
poor, the rich
yeah.
to the poor is
The-
really weak.
the people who have
Yes.
money and the people who
Real.
are out hard making money,
I can see that.
the,
I
the
agree with that.
gap is,
I agree with
gap
that
is
100.
Very,
That's-
very large.
That's
right
true.
now.
That's true. 100%. I agree with that. And
And I tell you, our president is doing nothing to help that.
he's-
at all.
He wasn't elected to.
Nope.
Well, he said he was going to keep costs down and everything like that.
You
That's
know
what I
he-
heard.
You know he was lying.
Yep, he was lying.
Yo, but you know what's sad though?
He was lying when he woke up that
Hey,
morning.
yo, but you know what's sad?
He
though?
woke up
You know what's
lying.
sad,
He
though?
woke up lying.
Listen,
Hey, with the sleep line.
they had a microphone and the camera, and they went to this MAGA guy,
Mhm.
He said
Mhm.
he went to sleep.
and they said,
He was lying in his
"How do
dream.
you think that the president is doing right now?" Right?
Mhm.
He said, "I think the president's doing a great job. I think he's doing great." Right? And then he said, "Well, why did you say he's doing great?" He said, "Because everything he said, he did it." Right? He said he never lied. He did everything he said he was going to do.
Mhm.
So the guy said, "Well, can you tell me one thing that he said he was going to do that he actually
I
did?"
think I seen this.
and the
I saw
MAGA
that
guy
video.
was like,
Yeah, he was twisted.
Mhm.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't tell him
Yeah.
anything.
like, man,
Yeah.
that's a damn good question.
Yeah, exactly. You see how manipulated they have been done because of the support. It's a blindly support for Trump. It's so blind
Mhm.
that they can't see nothing else.
Yeah.
Both of y'all have excellent points dealing with the whole issue of wealth and
Mhm.
as it pertains to the average American. Because the rich in this country have become more empowered and more emboldened by this president and his actions. And they're going to continue to do that as long as he remains in office, which might not be that much longer
Mhm.
for a number of factors. Number one, we got a lot of rich people in this country, but there's a lot more people who are non-rich in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And
But a lot of the richer followers, though, they're not
They're not leaders?
No. A lot of the rich people.
you believe that they're not.
They just
Yeah.
follow the dollar, man. You know,
I can
basically, they
understand
just
that.
follow.
I agree that they're following the dollar, but
what-
they're leading the rest
listen,
of people who
listen.
desire to have the dollar. to
Whatever,
follow them.
whatever the people with the money say, they follow.
Now you're talking about the super rich.
Yeah, they follow. Whatever the people with the
welcome
money.
to the table,
Like,
my
look,
brother.
hey,
Welcome
hey,
to the
hey,
table.
look at Trump.
You,
Look at Trump. Now, can't you tell Trump is being led by somebody right now?
Of course,
The,
100%.
the things that he's doing right now, like,
Of
can't you
course.
tell that that's not what he wants to do? That's what he has to do.
Well,
Because why in the world would
I
I
don't
take my
know.
country into a war with a country because this little country is beefing with this country?
but
What I got to do with that?
a lot of
You got everything you need over there. You don't need us.
a lot
But
of,
my man says you come. Netanyahu says, "Come on, Trump,
Mm.
you rolling with us." What does
Uh-uh.
Trump do?
I think
Because
that
Trump said he wasn't going to go into no wars.
the people who there's this thing called deep state, and I've been saying this since he ran the first time. Trump is being controlled. He's being governed by an outside.
This whole
force.
country
It's
is
a-
being controlled.
It's a deep state. He is deep state. But back to the topic.
yeah.
Back to
Sorry, I
the
took us off.
discussion.
I
No,
took
no,
us
it's
off.
good,
Nah,
it's
it,
good, because
it,
I
it,
wanna
all
just
it
say
all
this real
entwines.
quickly
Though.
about-
It all
because
entwines.
everything does fall in line.
Yeah.
The rich in this country, if they really, really think about it, they will be more empowered and more supported by the poor and the middle class if they actually took over the responsibilities of taking care of some of the programs that Congress is trying to put forth. The problem is that they're not seeing it that way.
Mhm.
Congress is making when you go from a non-Congress person to a Congress person, your salary is going to change. You talk about wealth, right? Versus income.
Mhm.
That's going to change dramatically.
Mhm.
That's going to change drastically, right? Dramatically, right? It's going to be crazy.
Mm.
Their health insurance is going to be, I think Congress has the best. Give me a minute. I got to get it
Best.
together. I put my tongue together.
Mhm.
Is the best health insurance on the planet,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
I believe it was Obama that exposed that fact,
Mhm.
because Obama was talking about we want all Americans to have the same access to health insurance.
Sure,
that they have.
exactly.
Mhm.
Same kind of health insurance, quality.
Mhm.
But the problem with America is we got too many people who are operating in the wake of fraud. They're in that ocean. They're in that sea of fraud.
Mhm.
They want to get the dollar no matter what. You see?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yep.
If they don't want to get the dollar no matter what, they want to keep the dollar no matter what.
What you're saying is this country is very corrupt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, even when it comes to giving, its citizens free health care, this
Mhm.
country is so corrupt, you can't even do that.
Can't even do
Mhm.
that.
You could probably do it if you wasn't sending Israel 18 million dollars a year, or $18 billion a year, or something ridiculous. Maybe you could have health care if you didn't do that.
Yeah, I remember when we started and Trump got in office and we was talking about Doge.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that.
And how they was talking about they found all of this quote unquote misplaced and lost money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember all that?
In-
Yeah.
All those
Inappropriate
fabrications.
usage
Yeah.
of money. Yeah.
Right. And what we were saying,
Mhm.
every dollar is accounted for.
Mhm.
Every dime is accounted for.
Mhm.
And it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was. But they said, no, we found this, we found this, we found this. And they came out with a sheet of paper. And from far away, it looked like they had something. But when you zoom in on it, it wasn't nothing there.
That there.
It wasn't nothing there but some scribble scrabble with some numbers.
Uh-huh.
And when they talk about, well, where this money come from? Where this money come from? Well, we found this money. We found this money. All of that was fabrications.
Mhm.
They were just lies. They made it up.
Yeah.
And now we in a position where this war is costing us over $1 billion a day.
Over billion.
Our debt
Not to mention the money we
It's-
give to Israel already.
$38 trillion. Think about that. Since Trump has been in the office from January 2025 to today, he's added over $2 trillion to the deficit.
Mhm.
Think about that. We're talking about what, 16 months?
Yeah.
And he added $2 trillion. Now, how does that affect poor and middle class people?
Mhm.
We talking about the wealth gap, right?
Mhm.
The wealth
Mhm.
gap has grown as a result of the rich continuing to get richer. And now they're talking about bringing the entire Trump family up on charges.
Yeah. And I think
I heard that and I was like, Is that appropriate? Is that necessary? Is that
Well, if you making money while you in office, which is illegal.
the entire family's made money,
Yeah, yeah.
made billions since
Yeah.
he's been in office?
Yep. But he got a plane out the deal.
We can't say that.
Yep.
You know,
He
the
got
average
a
black
plane out
man
of
can't
deal.
say
He
that.
got-
Not even the average white man can say that.
He got hotels in other countries with his name on
Hmm.
it. He profiting from that.
Hmm.
I don't
the
care
whole,
what
the
you
whole
say.
family's profiting.
Yeah, but I,
And a
it's-
lot of
but
that's
he ain't
tied
supposed
to
to be.
the stock
I mean, he
market
probably
going up and
doing it.
down.
Mhm.
And this thing that's happening with the war, with the oil prices, if you invested in oil, man, you're getting mad crazy rich, you know. And
you're doing
and-
pretty good.
but
very good.
other areas of finances are taking a hit.
But my
And
yeah,
at the end of the day, it comes down to our topic when you
Mhm.
ask the question about wealth and income.
yeah,
Wealth is what you have that can be considered collateral,
yeah,
that can go towards your credit, that can sustain you for a while.
yeah.
And we had this conversation. We mentioned this before in a couple of sessions a while ago. Credit is important. Take care of your credit, man.
Yeah, it's very
Get your
important.
credit right. I mean that now.
Very
My
important.
credit was
Going up.
I was sitting back on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Yeah.
Now my credit's like I'm in the war, man. I'm in the fight.
You
Man.
struggling?
Yeah, because I did something for somebody,
Oh yeah.
and while in early on in the agreement they were holding up their part,
Mhm.
but
Fell apart, huh?
no, I didn't fall apart.
No,
Yeah,
I
the-
said
the
it
agreement.
fell apart. The
The
agreement
It
fell
didn't
apart.
fall apart.
The
They
agreement
broke
fell
the agreement.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
the
the agreement
agreement
broke
fell
apart.
apart.
They ain't falling apart. That's being torn apart. There ain't no falling apart. That's somebody tearing it
apart.
apart.
Semantics, tomato, tomato.
So
Yeah.
when you start
Tomato,
looking at
tomato.
that, man, and when God gives you a plan, trust and believe that the plan is perfect.
Mhm.
And all you got to do is work the plan, because it's going to work out just the way He showed you it's going to work out.
Mhm.
So your credit is a part of your plan for life, because in the future they're going to look at your credit to say what you can have and what you can't have.
Oh yeah, they doing that
With
now.
money, we talk about, listen to y'all, we say that money, the dollar right now is in trouble.
They doing that now.
So you know what's coming. You know what's coming. I mean, credit now is affecting your ability to get health care.
Mhm.
Think about that. I never thought that would be a thing in America. Credit now is affecting your ability to do a lot of things,
Mhm.
right? So where is the average African American?
Yo, can I
Yeah,
say
Credit
something?
wise.
Yo, are you scared of spiders?
No, not
Because I
really.
seen the spider over there and I'm paranoid. It's on the floor. Make sure it ain't coming this way.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But anyway,
You spit.
but
kinda
anyway,
paranoid, man.
yeah, don't get paranoid.
Oh,
It
spiders?
looked ugly too.
Yeah, don't worry, I saved
Spiders
like
are
one of
awesome
them,
creatures, man.
you. Yeah,
I love spiders.
but
look like
anyway,
it'll kill you.
let's get back to the topic.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
I said-
I'm a little paranoid.
I
Sorry.
found it. I found the book that I was talking about earlier.
go ahead.
But before I get to the book, it says average levels. I looked this up. Average levels of wealth in the black versus white household. So the black household is averaging 211.
Matt looking for
Yeah,
spiders.
nah.
Look, the average
Matt, you ain't scared of
household.
spiders, are you?
It was
Thank
big
God.
though. It was kind of big
Thank
spider. I should have said something. It was over by Matt at first. Then it came over, went that way and came over here. All right, go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
But in the average household for the
You see, I
black
got my feet
man,
up on the thing, right?
for
Oh, man.
the black household, don't worry about it.
No,
Black
no,
household is
paranoid, man.
211 600.
You want us to stop the show so we can all look for that spider?
I know, right?
No, I'm good. Now my feet
Killing
are up,
me.
my jacket is up.
I know he said I got my feet up. And
I got my feet off the ground.
Go ahead. Now the average income, the median, what you talking about?
Yeah, the
Median?
wealth, the
Yeah,
wealth.
Okay.
Okay, as far as the black black household is 211,600.
$211,600.
Yeah, of wealth, average wealth.
Average.
Yeah, the average wealth in the black household. Whereas in the white household, it's 1,361,000.
Is that
Per capita.
nationwide or is that?
Per capita.
I
Is
don't
that
do
what
the
you're
per
gonna say?
capita. 'cause that's
Okay,
the-
okay. I
Yeah,
thought that's
they'll
where
do
you
the
was
per
going
capita.
with
Is that?
I'm
state
not
by state
sure.
Or nationwide.
I'm not sure, but this is a median. So
The average median.
yeah, the average median. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just in the United States
Mhm.
or worldwide.
Yeah, you got. No, I'm talking
I
about
gotta find out.
statewide.
Oh,
State
statewide.
to state, or is it nationwide?
I think it's. I believe this is
Overall
nationwide.
national.
I think this is nationwide.
National.
Yeah. So
That sounds accurate though, because the last statistic was
and that's
2% of the $120 billion
mhm.
went to non-white communities.
in that,
That created that.
and that shows you
gap.
the separation.
Yeah.
If you
So
if you
211,000 to 1 million. And
Yeah.
what was that number again?
1,361,810.
Ooh, good. Great day in the morning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow, that is huge, man. That's a huge
That's a lot, bro.
separation of
Yeah.
financial standing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the book I was pertaining to.
Is that
Wow.
Black Americans
Okay.
are still
I don't want you to talk yet. Okay.
they see today.
I keep my bag.
They said, I don't care what you say.
I know, right? You is not gonna talk.
I got something to say.
So the let me find it. I done missed it because it's on a video.
Okay.
So I gotta try to get it back to the spot where I had it at.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm way past it. Okay, here it is.
Let me see that.
All right. So the book is called 15 Cents on the Dollar.
Mhm.
These two women wrote the book,
Mm-hmm.
co-wrote the book with each other. One's
Mhm.
white, one's black,
Mhm.
because they found out that there's no books dealing with the wealth gap
In America.
in America.
Okay.
Because they met.
There is no book.
There's no book
About
in
that?
history from talking about the hash history up to
Up to
current.
now.
Yeah.
And you
Wow.
know what's
Cool book.
crazy about
Wow.
that is that
Wow.
a lot of people would hear what we're talking about and they're saying, well, you're talking about stuff that happened in the past. But come on, man.
Yeah.
What happened in the
At the
past
start.
is affecting us right now
Yeah.
today.
Exactly.
We are in the situation in this country that we're in because of the past.
Mm-hmm.
What do they say? If you don't address the issues of your past, they're destined to resurface.
Mhm.
Think about that. Let that
Yeah.
sink in for a minute.
So the book is called 15 Cents on the Dollar,
Uh-huh.
written by Lewis Story and Ebony Reed.
They black.
Ebony Reed is black.
Mhm.
Lewis Story is white.
Okay.
Lewis?
Yeah, I mean Lois. I'm sorry, Lois, not Lewis. Lois.
Okay.
Yeah.
We forgive you.
Lois.
Yeah.
Lois is that's an old person's name.
I know it.
I don't know too many people named Lois.
Exactly.
You know,
in fact, I don't know if I know.
but that's a
Lois
that's
Lane.
I keep going on.
Oh, that's the most
Dolores.
That's the most
Yeah.
famous Lois right there. Lois
That's the
Lane.
famous Lois.
That's the most famous. Lois.
But my mother-in-law named Lois, so you can't be. I can't tell.
Mm.
I can't be talking about it. My mother-in-law.
We
Yeah,
are
I
not
can't-
talking about your stepmama
yeah,
name.
yeah,
man.
mother-in-law. My
Oh,
mother-in-law.
mother-in-law.
Yeah, my
Okay.
mother-in-law.
I'm sorry, I
Not my
said that.
stepmama.
Your mother. Your
But
mama
yeah,
and
that's part of the the
You got to kiss
problem.
up to her or what?
Yeah.
because when you talk about wealth versus income, as you said, most people don't think of wealth and income as being two different things.
Mhm.
They think of it being the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you're making money, you're earning money, you're actually transferring your life status over into one where it can be defined by money.
Mhm.
I get it, I understand it, but that income is the thing that you get, right? And the wealth is the thing that you have.
Yes.
You see, you get the money.
Mhm.
Now the wealth transfers over into it's what you do with the money.
Yeah,
What you turn
exactly.
the money into. Yes, you
Yeah,
have to turn the money into
what?
something.
Yeah.
You
You gotta start
yes.
letting the money work for you
Yeah.
Mhm.
instead of you working for the money.
Which you know, I think we were on air when we talked about this last time about you know how how they put on like this, just say videos and
Mhm.
commercials and stuff like that,
Right.
and
Bombarding everybody with this,
like Facebook
this
and
fake,
YouTube, all of that
wealth.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they have, you know, the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, and all of that stuff, and they follow behind that, right? And they don't realize that those people that are rich don't even really have to pay for that stuff. They give them that stuff, so you could, you know, start foaming at the mouth over it, and then you're gonna go put it on your credit card.
Mhm.
You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be a freaking debt slave because you don't realize that these people live like you can't live. You can't afford to live like them.
And what
And
kills
all you're
me-
doing is putting yourself in the debtor's prison. That's where most of us are,
Yeah.
in debtor's prison.
And I guarantee you, if you talk to a rich person, they be like, nah, we don't concern ourselves with that. Them sneakers,
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't worry
We ain't
about all
gonna
that
pay
name brand
$200.
stuff.
No.
We ain't gonna pay 200.
Mm-mm.
We'll be happily
Some
going.
of them maybe, but
Yeah, some way, but let me majority of them will say, yeah, I'm happily going to Walmart, get some
Mhm.
sneakers,
Mhm.
Yeah.
or I'm happily going to what's the name, get my shirts or whatever, just as long as they
Marshalls or
look
whatever
like,
like
it
that,
ain't
yeah.
gotta be name brand.
Burlington.
It ain't- if it look good to me,
It just gotta look good.
yeah. That's
But
it.
more
And plus,
importantly,
I'm going on off the clearance rack too with it.
just
You know
just
what I'm
as
saying?
important. I'm not gonna say more importantly,
I'm
but
going
just
to the
as
cheap place with the
importantly,
clearance rack.
for rich people, it has to fit right.
Yeah, you gotta fit right.
You see,
Hmm.
for poor and middle class, for middle class and poor people, we don't care if it's name brand. If it don't fit us or like it's supposed to fit, we gonna buy it anyway because it's name brand,
Yeah.
right?
Can't relate to that, but
I've learned that if it don't fit right, don't you buy that thing,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
And if you know it's gonna shrink on you, don't you buy that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's the use of getting? Because that's the difference between what rich people do, middle class, and poor people do. Rich people try to buy stuff, and they try to buy stuff. Number one, that's going to last,
Yeah.
right?
If you buy something of quality, you buy it once. If you buy something cheap, you're gonna buy it over and over again because it's not gonna last.
When they buy something that's expensive, they want to make sure that it's like an investment.
Mhm.
See, all quality stuff doesn't have to be expensive though.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
some stuff is quality, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's. I mean, in the capitalist society, you would think that that's not the case, but it is. Sometimes you can go places and get good stuff for a nice price.
As I'm
Yeah.
in the middle class, I think we're all in the middle.
I'm not in the middle
Yeah.
class. I'm definitely not in the middle
You
class.
sure about that?
I'm
You
positive.
might be in the middle class. You just
I
don't.
am
really-
not in
I
the
am
middle
not.
class. I am
So
not
you-
deceived thinking that I have what I
So
don't
you
have.
rich? I believe.
No,
that.
I'm poor. I'm actually poor. Financially, that is. You know,
Okay.
financially,
Financially,
I'm
but-
poor.
But
But
wealth wise,
no, I'm not. You know, I mean, I have you know,
financially, we would all
talents
be
and
classified
like
as
that, but-
well. I can't say that.
Mhm.
Well,
Look
okay,
it up.
I
Let's
hear you,
see.
I hear
Let's.
so
Let's
I
see
hear what you're
finance.
saying. I hear what
It
you're saying.
should be a
But
breakdown of finance.
For us in our communities, we go to work
Uh-huh.
and then we try to save money.
Yep.
Try
Try
You
to
to.
save
can,
money.
but it's not that easy.
But a lot of the savings now is transferred over into where you're putting your money at,
Mhm.
which answers the question that you asked. If something were to happen to you today, how long would you survive?
Yep.
Now, you know, when we was coming up, a lot of black people, they didn't go to the banks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They put their money in
In the
house.
mattress. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Mattress, cookie
Some
jar.
people
Yeah.
even put
Yeah.
it in a box and
Some
bury
people
it out
probably
in the
still do it
yard.
now. Some people probably still do that. Yeah.
Some people put it in a box and,
I,
and draw them
I
out.
don't know about that.
Yeah,
but
I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to tell you. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
tell
true.
you.
I mean, you know, you tell me
Old
something that
folks
I
used
don't
to
know.
bury. They still put it in the burlap
And put it in
in
the
box
yard.
and put it in the yard.
I heard of the mattress, the bank of mattress.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
never heard of the bank of outside
backyard?
the backyard. Yeah,
In
Yeah.
the
I heard of that.
backyard, yeah.
Yeah, they put it in the
Matter
yard.
of fact, when you look at how in today's time, a lot of people, number one, they don't trust banks.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
They don't trust banks, and there's a
Yeah.
reason why they don't.
Because
trust
they're
banks.
smart. If they don't trust banks, they're smart.
There's a lot of
Because
fraud.
banks will hit you with fees in a minute,
Mhm.
and sometimes those fees can be ridiculous.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So finding a good bank is very important.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that people are doing now is they're bypassing banks and they're going to credit
The
unions,
credit union.
Oh yeah.
right?
Credit
Get a better
unions.
rate,
Get a better
you
rate.
know, better interest,
Yeah.
all of that. And if you can continue to do that, sustain that, you don't need the bank,
Yeah.
right? But today's society, the financial institutions are requiring particular types of credit.
Mhm.
If you don't have a particular type of credit, you must, and this is imperative, you
Mhm.
must have a specific amount of money in the bank as collateral, in
Yeah.
your account as collateral.
Well,
Mhm.
the money that you have actually affects your credit score. You know what I'm saying? Like just say I had a just say I had an 814 credit score,
Mhm.
which I used to have, right?
Mhm.
Now a person
814.
yeah, I used to have an
You-
814.
you
When I had
was
my
up
own
there.
business,
You was up there.
I
You
had
was up
I had I was
What?
814 credit. Yes, that's true.
But
But,
you
um,
was at the.
But
How
if-
many years
but,
ago
but,
was
but
that?
say a guy, well, what is this? Is this 2026?
Yeah, it's 2026.
Maybe 10.
10 years?
Well,
It
what
was
is
a
this?
long
What
time
is
ago
this?
now.
So 10,
But
2016.
It's been a
Around
minute
that?
ago. It's been a minute ago. But anyway,
Wow.
but if another guy, right, had the same like credit as me, but he had more money, just say he had $1 million in the bank,
Bank, right,
Mhm.
then his credit score could go up higher
Right.
over 814.
right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're
but,
saying.
Yeah.
But because even I don't care how good your credit is, it's
Mhm.
not going to go like to the top tier unless you had the money to back it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
Yeah.
And
Now I
that's-
do know that.
That's where we had this conversation before, but we did it on the phone, and it was kind of crazy because that's where we learned that there are credit limits that a lot of people in the country don't know about,
Mhm.
but rich people have access to it,
Mhm.
and their money can be guaranteed beyond. And what's the standard? 250,000.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the standard.
bank.
The bank.
Is- I
Yeah.
guarantee you that if something
250.
happens.
If something happens, your money gets stolen. It's 250,000 they guarantee,
Okay.
and you could be guaranteed for up to 80% of your financials. If something happens to your money. In some
Mhm.
banks, some areas, depending upon how much you got, how well your credit is,
Mhm.
you can be guaranteed up to 100% coverage.
Yeah.
And
Well, that 250 is government.
That's where
that's
you-
the federal.
when
federal
you start understanding
Mhm.
that, okay, banks and people who are living like this do these things,
government.
they have access to these things, it shouldn't be shocking. But it should make you start really thinking about being a little smarter with your finances.
Yeah.
I know it made me start thinking about being smarter with my finances
Mhm.
because number one, we were talking about credit. Remember we were talking about credit? What was the highest level of credit?
Mm-hmm.
900.
Yeah.
900, right? We was talking about that. And I was like, who was it that said there's no such thing as 900? And I was like, nah, man, there's banks that will cover you if you have that. Now you can't get that. Now, that's what
If you got money,
Yeah.
the person that you was talking to
Mhm.
probably couldn't get it,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that it can't be done.
Done,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Maybe they just don't know about it.
It
But you
wasn't
can,
that they
it can
can't-
go up.
It's
You just
not
gotta
that
have
they
money.
can't get it. It's just that they really didn't know about it because,
Well, if they don't know
like
about
them,
it, bro,
like them,
they don't know
listen,
about it.
listen.
It's a good chance.
I
Yeah.
found out about it. So prior to that conversation, I
Mhm.
was with them on this.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
never knew it.
Mhm.
You follow what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm.
Because I knew the rich people. I was like this. This was my mentality. My mentality was rich people really didn't need to have credit like we need credit.
Mhm.
We depend on credit,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like you just said, rich people are given credit.
Mhm.
Depending upon how much money they got,
Mhm.
they're given
Yeah,
credit.
sure.
Yeah.
What was it? First time I found out about that was when this lady, I think somebody from Connecticut, hit the lottery for millions of dollars. And they, you talking about that spider right there? It's crawling up the pole. It's talking about,
Where?
you see that spider right there, the black spider right there, crawling up
Ain't,
the
ain't
pole?
we doing
Calling
this
up
show?
what pole?
Right there.
Anyway, I don't see it, but I'm glad it's over there.
You see it right
I
now.
can put my feet down now.
I do not see it.
You don't see it right there,
Wait, I don't see it.
man.
Oh,
Look.
I see it.
There
I
you
see
go.
it. Yeah.
All right, so
Oh,
So-
that's it.
that's the
Yeah.
spider. It's a bit.
You sure that's the same one?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
It's a bitsy spider.
Go ahead, man.
So,
Run it.
so what happened was, as I found out about it, I was under the impression that rich people didn't really need credit because they had the money.
Mhm.
And so I found out first that they just give you credit off the back because they want your business. And they want some of that money that you have
Mhm.
because they're in the money business too.
Mhm.
Businesses are in the money business.
Mhm.
So when the person, I think it was somebody from Connecticut, hit for millions of dollars, they were offered Jaguars.
Mm.
You know how bad they want your business if they're offering you a Jag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They said, you had this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's how easy it is. When you got money like that, everybody comes at you like, oh yeah, you can get this, you can get this, you can get this.
Yeah.
Now Jaguar is a name brand car.
Yeah.
Is it the same quality that it had 25 years ago? Maybe, maybe not.
not.
The name still carries weight though.
Yep. Still carries weight.
You follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But the average American in this country can't really afford a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Really not the top of the line,
Yeah.
right? Getting the top line of any vehicle requires a specific amount of money
Yeah.
or a specific type of credit
Yeah.
credit
Mhm.
score. So credit is very
Especially
important.
brand new.
And
off the
that's-
lot.
That's the next program that they're going to attack to make sure that there is a discrimination between the two groups of people, between black people and white people. I don't want to just say that it's between black people and white people, but I'm gonna put it like this: to make sure that the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor.
Right.
Let me put it that way.
Everything is already set up
The rich stay rich.
for the
and
rich to
poor
stay
stay
rich
poor.
and the poor.
They don't want
That's what you call a capitalist
and
society.
the rich don't
Mm-hmm.
want the poor to come anywhere near where they are.
Right, right,
Right.
right.
Now let's
right. And they'll
transfer
do
that
anything.
into wealth. We were talking about houses a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and remember how they had that red line in the program?
They still have it now.
They still have it. And people's like, well, they put this on your application. They give you a code. See, that black codes that was started back in the 1800s still in effect today.
Mhm.
They're supposed to be eliminated,
Mhm.
right? But some places still operate on those, right? So they were telling people, do not sell your homes, do not sell property to black people. Now they got it. This just happened not too long ago. Remember, I think it was last year. It just came out that the city of Clark was telling them, they didn't want black people in their city.
Yeah, they're getting in there now somehow.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They didn't want black people living
For a long
buying
time, they
houses and
used
stuff.
to go out. Used to have to pick what kid had to go blow up. Put out the cross. Put the cross out on the.
Mhm.
Like Johnny, it's your turn today to go put the cross out.
Mhm.
Because they was burning crosses in front of their house like nightly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making a joke out of it,
Right,
kind
right,
of, but
I got
they
you.
really
Yeah.
were burning crosses in front of the first black family's house.
I
in
don't
Clark.
doubt that at all. And,
Yeah.
and so,
But I was a kid when that happened, so it wasn't no.
when you see that
now.
happening still today, it's because it was happening way back when. So
Yeah.
the past still matters, man.
Yeah, sure.
And we talking about finances in today's society and how that becomes a part of the plan to annihilate the strong black man.
Mhm. Mhm.
They wouldn't allow black people to work certain jobs.
Right.
Y'all know that, right? Y'all remember
Yep.
that?
Mhm.
What's that saying? Oh yeah, I can't forget this. Nobody can forget this. Last hired,
Mhm.
first fired,
That's how I first find. Yeah.
right?
That was with any company. That doesn't just go for black folks.
Well, who do you think? Which people you think it started with first, though?
If you're gonna ask me if it's just something bad, it's probably
Started with us.
in America anyway.
And I was always.
There's got to be some place where somewhere where black people are doing well.
I
You know,
believe that.
And,
I believe
and
that.
everybody
I
doesn't
believe
have
that.
their foot on
I
their
think we're
necks.
doing well in sparses,
Yeah.
groups, areas like little places like what you call brush fires.
I think small businesses probably be doing well in because small. I mean, like
Well, COVID did a favor
Yeah.
to a lot of people.
'Cause
You know
we-
what I'm saying?
yeah.
COVID made a lot of people get out there and
Start-
become an entrepreneur.
uh-huh,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah,
An
so they didn't know where their
entrepreneurship.
next meal was coming from.
A lot of entrepreneurship
Yeah.
is being developed through the
Mhm.
COVID.
Mhm.
Somebody
a lot of black
said-
people, a lot of those nonprofit organizations.
Mhm.
They're nonprofit, but there's a lot of people making good money out of the nonprofit.
Yeah, unfortunately, this
Man, I wish I
administration is
knew how
trying
to
to
do
shut down nonprofits.
Yeah.
and I think that's a
Because
crime.
too many Negroes
I think-
probably making money
I
off.
think
them,
it's a crime. I think that's a crime. in
Yeah,
that, man.
yeah.
That's a crime against humanity.
Yeah, they don't
That-
want you to
that's-
make
that
money off the
stunts the
things they're
American-
making money off.
The
of.
American spirit.
But see,
What'd you say? Say that one more
I
time?
said that stunts the American spirit.
Well, sure.
Mhm.
Keeps it from growing.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship and nonprofits is a huge part
Mhm.
of entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
So, I mean, what government wouldn't want to encourage and inspire its citizens to be entrepreneurs?
yeah,
Well, that's not
Hey.
what they putting out in the school system in America. They're not putting out a lot of free thinkers. They're not putting out a lot of people who want to go get their own businesses. They're putting out people who want to go to college and get a job and work with somebody.
I
For the
think-
most part.
yeah.
Now, I'm not saying everybody, gets caught up in the school system, but a lot of people get caught up in the indoctrination of the school system,
But how much
and they
of-
don't go out there and get their own.
How much are we getting in the school system about finances?
No, I mean, I don't know if you guys have a different.
Well, it
thing than I
depends
do.
upon where you're going.
Exactly.
I know those Jews in the what do they
know-
call it in the Hebrew schools? I know they teach them that.
I'm gonna put this.
But you know
song-
what's so sad?
I'm gonna
and
put
we
this
can't
song
go
on
to
my-
their
my-
schools.
My phone, and I'm gonna start playing it.
No, that we
Listen,
can't go to
Every
their
time you go
schools.
there, I'm gonna start playing.
That's not
Go ahead.
that's not right.
When I
But
was,
we know that though.
Yeah, but we
They
should
come
be able to
into
go
our
to their schools because they're not gonna let us teach our kids that because they run the freaking education system.
Okay, so
All right, sorry.
Yeah, you
go
still-
ahead. Go back to your point.
I mean,
Go back to your
programs
point. Go back to your point.
programs can be developed.
They
to
can be
teach finance.
changed.
Yep, things can be changed.
Now they have good things
to
like
do.
the Chad School and
Charter
things of that
school.
nature. Yes. Now they do have some things, but I'm talking about the public
Right.
public education
system.
system.
Yeah.
It's like they say. Now I know I heard other
Right,
people
right.
say this, but I've studied it, and it is an indoctrination.
Mhm.
And when I read up on it, it said that whoever decided first it's supposed to be 12 years. 12 years of school, and you're supposed to be fully indoctrinated.
Okay.
So I don't know where kindergarten came in at. And kindergarten, I think that's a German word for what, I don't even know. But anyway, they said, the indoctrination should, you should be okay if you indoctrinated in our system for 12 years.
Mhm.
That's why you go from 1 to 12.
Mhm.
And like I said, kindergarten, I have no idea what
Yeah.
actual.
But-
See, I don't think that kids in kindergarten, you shouldn't be holding kids back in kindergarten. I don't think you should.
Kids get held back in kindergarten now.
Yeah, kids
You
get-
got held back in kindergarten, right?
nice joke. Nice joke. I'm upset, man. I'm mad because I just found out I had an IQ of 130, and that bothers me.
You got an IQ of 130.
I just found that out.
How'd you
And
find
How you
that
find
out?
out?
I took a test, and when I took the test, I
Do
was
you
like,
make one of them tests like on Facebook? Like if you could do this, you're a genius. You mean like that?
no, not that test.
So what kind of test
So
did you take?
it's a test that you could actually send away for. It's a test that you could actually take, and
Like 130 is like really high, really high.
yeah,
You know that, right?
That's why I'm ticked off, man.
You
Because
took off at what?
because I
Yeah, you
They-
No,
they-
130 is really high.
because the school listen.
You
Yeah, because I wasn't programmed.
Yeah, you're right.
Quote unquote programmed.
Exactly.
I wasn't.
Wait.
When I
What-
say
you're mad at
program-
what? Now say that.
program.
Start over. You're mad at what? You got 130 IQ, and you're mad at what?
Because I'm not using it.
Yeah.
I wasn't taught through the school system to really be the best that use it the best that I could be, to be the best that I could, and to use it because they don't push that. They don't program American citizens, American students to be that way. That's one of the things that the curriculum
And
in
they could
schools
push you
have
aside.
to change.
They could.
And you know what kills me, because I tell you what, I did my 8th grade year in California. I was in Rialto, California. I did my 8th grade year, and there's a difference, and I could tell the difference from the East Coast and the West Coast.
Right.
Learning.
Teaching styles.
Yep,
Mhm.
teaching styles, because I learned how to balance a checkbook in the classroom
Mm.
in California.
Mhm.
Never was taught that here on the East
taught
Coast.
us that. Yeah, they
If
kinda
you don't
taught us
take
that.
home economics, you're not really going to get that.
Exactly.
Right. Home economics deal with everything dealing with the household.
But I was in a public school
cooking and all
system.
that stuff like
Yeah.
that, and managing books and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I was in a public school, and that was one of
We
the
did something like that. I remember
curriculums
something
on there
like
that they taught the 8th
Yeah.
grade. And I'm talking 8th grade.
Mhm.
Right, but see, the
I ain't
average classes aren't
that's
getting
junior
that.
high. I ain't even in high
Yeah,
school
they-
yet.
Mhm.
Man, they don't even do that in math.
Yeah, that's what I'm
In
trying to
math
say.
class,
I
they
did
didn't
learn
do
that.
That's what I'm
somewhere in
trying to
school,
say.
though. I did. I
They
can't
want
tell
you
you
to
where I
go to
learned that,
business. They
but I
want you to
did learn
take
that.
business-oriented classes
Uh-huh.
in high school,
Mhm.
so you can go to college for business.
Yeah.
Right.
But they also
Yeah.
told us that one day there will be a debit card, so you don't have to balance your checkbooks and stuff like that.
Yeah, but this I'm talking.
they even said that.
But I'm
Back
talking. I'm
Well, they
talking
got
the
a lot of,
80s. I'm talking in the 80s. This is technology ain't where it was.
It's
today.
making us.
I'm
lazy.
talking. I was in 8th grade. I was in. That's you talking about 1980s.
Mhm.
So
I'm still ticked off, man. Because look, man,
Man, you
How-
should be
how
just
many-
like
how many
creating things out of
kids-
nothing. You
I-
should.
I create
You should
stuff
be able
all
to
the
build a
time.
plane
I
right now.
create stuff all
With
the time.
130 IQ, you know how many people I got?
A lot.
130 IQ.
But-
No, there's not
A
a lot of people with 130 IQ.
Yes,
let me.
Yo,
but
that's like
let me
kinda
ask you this.
special, man.
Let me
Look,
ask you
look,
this.
that's
Let
kinda
me
special.
ask you this.
Let
How
me
much
tell you
of
why.
it is?
But you're not using it. I will give you that.
Yeah,
You're not
definitely.
using it.
Definitely.
But
full
you
potential.
just discovered you had
And it
130.
is bothering me.
Yeah, you just discovered. You just
You see
discovered
this
you
guy?
had 130,
He's
right?
trying to get pity
Yes,
for having
ma'am.
a
Yeah, so you
130
just
IQ.
discovered. So if you didn't know, you had 130 IQ, what's to push you out there to say I could do this?
Well,
Or I
that's
could
where
do
I'm
that.
at
He
now.
only uses like
See
maybe
what I'm
10%
saying?
of
That's
his-
where I'm at right now.
See, you ain't know all these years. So I'm
But-
just saying.
That's my point. How
He's not
many
using all
more?
the
How many
percentages of
more
his brain.
Americans, especially African Americans, right now, are in this same situation
Mhm.
where their IQ is higher, far higher than they're being told, far higher than they're being tested at.
Most people
Far
probably
higher.
think that their IQ is
Mhm.
like high.
I'm
like that,
serious,
but-
man, because the first thing when I took that test and I found out and I got the results and they sent it back, I was like, I got angry. I wasn't like, yay, all right. I was like, man,
Now what I'm
my
gonna do?
life would have been a lot different, man.
What did they do? A
If I'd
blood
have known
test?
No, ain't no blood test.
Blood
How-
test.
how
It's
they-
just a test. It's like a regular test, and you
You
how
ask
many
the
words?
questions.
How many?
take-
How many?
Yeah, they ask
questions.
questions and
a
stuff.
lot, a lot.
We have to
But,
do math.
but you know what
English
it's
and all
like.
that
I'm gonna
stuff?
take you
On average,
All
how
of
many questions?
about 100.
It's about 100. Okay.
And out of 100, how many you get right?
A lot.
You got 100 right?
No, I didn't get 100 right. That would make me a genius.
Genius, exactly.
I got
130 is a genius. Are you kidding me? 130 is a genius IQ.
130 is a genius.
If it's not, it's very close to it. Yes.
There's
That's a
lot.
very high IQ.
Let me tell you something that I found out about.
See,
130.
the only reason why I'm not going to say what my IQ is because I don't want to trump you. You know what I'm saying? But no. Seriously,
I don't
but
have a
130
problem
is
with
a
that.
very high IQ.
So your IQ is higher than mine, right?
Listen,
Right?
I don't want to trump you. This is your day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to.
97,
You know,
no.
I don't want to sit here
No,
and
I'm
like
serious.
you know.
I'm serious. Let's be serious.
killing me, bro.
Yours is-
you're killing me.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm
I
not
don't
one of
want
them
trouble.
brothers.
I
I'm not
want
one of them
bash.
brothers.
Nah.
All right. So if your IQ is higher than mine,
Oh man.
were you happy when you found out about it? Were you angry?
I never said that my IQ is higher than yours. I never said that. I may have,
you allude to it?
yeah,
You sure
I may have
did.
done that, but I didn't say that it was higher than yours.
I don't really care.
I don't want to.
All I want to know is when you found out how high
I didn't even
it
want to
was.
say my credit score was 814.
Yeah,
So
that's all right.
Bro,
And so I'm
That's
definitely
all
not
right.
going to
Your
say.
credit
You
score
should be
800,
proud of
your
You
credit
should be
score
proud of
800,
that.
brother.
You should be
I'm
proud.
telling you.
Then I was, but
You want to plane, you
Not
want to
there
plane
now.
just enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
You want to plane just enjoying the ride.
it's
And
not
you
there
should be
now.
proud of
It's
that.
not there now.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
life happens.
Yeah.
Right. Situations happen.
Yeah.
It happened.
But when you found out about your IQ,
No, you going
Were
back to
you
the
happy?
IQ. No, we're not
were
talking
you
about
happy
IQ.
when you found out about, or were you kind of ticked off because you weren't living like up to your full potential? What was your mindset at?
I never said what my IQ was.
No, you
Right?
said it was.
I don't want to. I don't want to
He
say
alluded to it.
anything like
Yeah,
you know
you did.
to
Yeah,
make you think, oh,
he
he's
implied.
stealing my shine.
He implied.
I don't want to steal your shine, but I don't want to feel sorry for you. I don't want to feel sorry for you because you
It's not
got
a shine.
130 IQ and you're upset about having a
Yeah,
130
you
IQ.
would be
Do
too.
you know how many would fight for? Man, people would lie and say they got a 130. You know what I'm saying? And you're telling the truth, and you're
And-
saying you
and
got
so-
130. You know how good that is? That's very good, man.
Mhm.
No,
You must not study things like that.
I don't care about things like
Well, why did you take the
that.
test?
I got because I was
See?
curious.
See,
I was curious. That's one of the things-
Curiosity.
That's one of the things I have with geniuses. Geniuses are always curious.
oh,
And that's
now
what-
you're a genius.
That's just the point.
Now you're genius.
The things that tie into it that I was suspicious about it was because number one, you're creative.
Mhm.
People with high IQs are always creative. They are very creative people. Number two, they're problem solvers, not problem creators.
Mhm.
I don't believe that you should create a problem if you can't solve it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be creating problems anyway.
Nope.
You should be trying to solve
You
problems.
should be solving problems.
But I would like to say this.
What's that?
It's very hard to teach a genius if you're not a genius, because a lot of times what the problem is with geniuses
Mhm.
is they don't think like other people.
That's true. That's
That's
a fact.
true.
Thinking
That's
is
a fact.
so far
That's a fact.
ahead that
Yeah.
you know, like when they calm down, you'll think they're, you know,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying.
I hear you.
You'll
But see-
you'll
Yeah.
think they need to calm down, and they'll be saying, "Well, I am calm,"
Calm.
because their
mind
mind
keeps
so
going.
much. Yes, it's very hard to teach
And-
a person that's that has a very high.
And
IQ.
that's one of my personal pet peeves, really, be honest with you.
Mhm.
Is because when I ask somebody what's on your mind, they say nothing. I be like, nah, that's impossible. Your mind is always thinking about something.
Yeah.
Some people, I think, maybe not.
Nah, man.
Most
know
of
what
us,
killed me?
you know,
Nah,
most
man.
of us.
Nah.
my
I don't
mind
know.
stop.
Nah.
I don't know if y'all
I can't even
watch
sleep
this
at
show,
night
High
'cause of my
Potential.
brain.
You ever watch that
I
show?
can't shut
High
my
I
brain
Potential?
saw that.
Yeah, that's
That's
you.
one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, mine too. But this girl, she's a genius. She
Mhm.
practically, she keep like what you were saying, repetitions. Her mind always
Mhm,
going,
mhm.
and so she actually helps the police solve cases because her mind is always going,
Mm.
and she could develop or she could see stuff that other like detectives and everything
Mhm.
can't see,
And
and she able to put it together.
that spontaneous revelation,
Yeah,
being able to understand things in the moment that you see,
see it. Yeah,
tying things together, putting them together.
yeah,
That's part of that creativity, right?
yeah.
But my question is, if the school system would have been doing a better job across the board through the curriculum, the teaching itself,
Mhm.
helping students to connect the dots. And there's a lot of students that are able to connect the dots, right? But if they'd have been doing it across the board for every student, the graduation rate would be much naturally higher.
But I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you something that
It would be greater, it would be better, and it would be purer, and it would be more real. Statistics would not be as bad as they are right now. Statistics are awful.
but I'm gonna tell you something that you might reject though.
What is that?
A lot of kids that went through the school system
Mm-hmm.
here, maybe they didn't even graduate because they were so intelligent, right? And sometimes
That's what I'm talking
and sometimes they take an intelligent child
Yep.
and they'll throw them into something else because they can't teach this child. This child is just too. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the
Uh-huh.
geniuses here in America don't maybe end up. You know, if you don't find your niche, you know, in America, and you're very, very smart, you're not gonna live up to your potential.
Mhm.
You have to
that's
find
what's
what.
angering.
Yeah, you have to find what you're supposed to do.
Because
What makes you
you can
you know,
look
feel
back
good.
on your life. You can look back and see, well, there was a misstep here. Who was involved with that?
Mhm.
Why did this happen here in this point in time in your life? And you can look back on that and you can say, you know what? If this would have changed, then everything else would have followed suit. And so if we take more time to help and teach the children and train the children and let that ingenuity
Mhm.
that they have, let that try to foster that genius,
Mhm.
try to nurture that, right?
Mhm.
Try to bring that out in them. If the school system can do that, that wealth gap,
Mhm.
it will shrink.
Yeah.
It will
Yep.
shrink. It will shrink.
So you saying
Yeah,
but
but they
the
jump-
problem
it
is
will shrink.
the problem is
They don't want that
they
to
got
happen.
I'm
They
about to
don't
say
want
that
to happen.
they got policies in place
Mhm.
which put us in this condition in the first place.
Mhm.
So a lot of black people, we talk about Black Wall Street, that didn't happen overnight. Number
Mhm.
one,
Mhm.
Nope.
it didn't happen overnight, and it was not an accident.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Those were
Because
smart.
it happened in many
people.
other places. It happened in a lot of
See,
other places. not
those were
just Black
people
Wall
who were
Street.
very, very
And they
smart,
work together.
and they had a determination,
They work
and they
together.
understood. And this is what I want to say. Now we know that there's some people in society that, as the saying goes, they're not the brightest bulb
Mhm.
in the socket. You know, we
Mhm.
understand that.
Not the sharpest
You
tool
know,
in
they're
the
not the
shed.
sharpest tool in the shed. You know, there's some people that the rocking chair is moving, nobody's sitting there. We understand that. You know,
Yeah.
the elevator don't go all the way up to the top. You
The
know,
lights is on, nobody's
lights
home.
on,
Okay,
nobody's
okay,
home,
stop.
you know,
Let's
screws
let 'em go.
loose.
You know, the wind is blowing, the curtains are moving. So we know that nobody closed them. So we get that. We understand that.
Mhm.
I asked you to stop. Now
The
you just-
problem is the problem is that those very same people are also teachable and trainable.
Mhm.
Nobody should be thrown away, whether they have high IQs, low IQs, or what have you. Nobody should be thrown away. And to your point, which was an excellent point about people who have that creativity, that ingenuity, you're not nurturing that.
Mhm.
You're just taking them because they're too intelligent for you to teach.
Mhm.
You're pushing them over here and say, okay, you should be in remedial reading classes.
Mhm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right? Rather than helping them understand the curriculum and what's required according to the curriculum
Mhm.
and showing them how to follow curriculum. A friend of mine said that, may his soul rest in peace. He said, when you go to school, you're not going to school to get the truth. When you go to school, you're going to see how well you can follow their curriculum.
Right.
And
Right.
so teachers themselves are doing a terrible job of putting forth the curriculum and teaching the children how to follow the curriculum because they're letting all these other avenues come in. And a lot of that has to do with racism and discrimination.
For sure.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So that wealth gap, when you talk about, you ask the average Black person, what does it mean to be rich? You're going to get a diverse group of answers, but the general answer is going to be having money,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Same
Mhm.
question to white kids. It's going to be the same answer. And guess what? You're also going to have a diversity of answers. You're going to get different answers, but the general answer is going to be the same as the Black kids. Having money.
Mhm.
That's what it
Mhm.
means to be rich. Even though being rich, you can be rich in a lot of other things other than money.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about wealth versus income.
Right.
Income, most people don't associate income with anything other than money
Right.
because that's what it is.
Yeah.
But wealth is a different topic.
Yeah. It's
All right,
definitely
I'm
a
gonna say
different
something that
topic.
you might reject
It's definitely
again,
different.
right? Because you got money doesn't mean that you're wealthy, right? Now let me understand. Let me explain.
I understand.
Because-
we talked about
because-
that. Go ahead.
Because every person who gets rich
Mhm.
is not gonna stay rich.
Right.
Some people, if they get rich but they don't understand money, they're still gonna lose the money. Like my mom used to say, "A fool and his money
That-
will soon part
yeah.
ways."
That
You know
is
what I'm saying?
true.
It's one of
Yeah,
that is
because
true.
you get rich.
Right.
Now you got to keep it like
But
they
that's the
say a lot of stuff about Mayweather.
Mhm.
Now I really hope that what they're saying is not true. I really hope that he stays
People are
a
not
zillionaire
taking
for the rest
advantage
of his
him.
life.
Not taking advantage
No,
of his
one of the
his-
smartest-
Yeah, I heard he was
men-
just like spending too much money. I heard.
In history.
Yeah, I
was
think-
Nikola
that's
Tesla,
false.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yes.
And for as smart as he was, as he was a genius.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla was
But
supposed to be a smart guy.
He
Yeah.
wanted to give a lot of the stuff that he was making and creating. He wanted to open it up to the American people, to the world.
He wanted to
Matter
give it
of
up
fact, the
for
world,
free.
Mhm.
for free.
Yeah.
Mm.
And people say, "Man, you crazy."
Yeah.
You see, that's called for the rich people. They look at that as being eccentric.
Mhm.
He didn't die rich.
Mm.
And plus,
Yeah.
what he was doing didn't cost him a whole lot of money to do. He just figured out, something that nobody figured out before.
How common is that though? How
Mhm.
common is that? Because you got classrooms of kids right now across this country who have the same spark of creativity.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, but they call hyper and stuff like that. You ever talk to a hyper
That's true.
kid? You know, kids who are just like very, very hyper.
Mhm.
You ever talk to one of them?
Mm.
They're very freaking smart.
And that's one of the problems that
You'd
we're
be
having in
like,
this
wow,
country.
man, why you
Good
act
point.
like this? You're so smart.
Good
But they're
point.
not acting bad. They're just
Right.
freaking
Yeah,
very
yeah.
intelligent.
And
And with a lot
one
of
of the
energy.
first things that
A lot
we
of 'em
have
will be
in this
bored
country that they
Because
do.
they already know.
Correct me
They're
if I'm
bored.
right or wrong.
You hold them back, they won't, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
You skip them a grade, and I bet you they'll be a better student.
Mm.
Watch this. One of the
You
things,
heard what I said?
I heard exactly what you said.
Mhm.
And one of the things that happens in this country a lot, whether y'all agree or not, let me know where y'all stand on this. When you have a kid that's that smart, that's creative, that's I would say ingenious.
Mhm.
One of the first things that they do is they classify them as something other than.
Mhm.
They will keep them back.
Yeah.
With the kids
Instead of skipping them, if
let me
you
finish-
skip them a grade, I
let me-
bet you give them something to
Let me
do.
finish this. Let me finish this.
So they can figure out.
Because one of the first things that they do when a kid is hyper like that,
Mhm.
you know, always their mind is always going. They always got to do something. Got to create something.
Mhm.
They're busy. What's the first thing they do? Drug them up.
Well, yeah, now. Back in the day, you just got a beat and stuff like that. But
Well, think about it.
Now they
Drugs
drug 'em up, yeah.
and drugs is such a huge
yeah,
business today.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
think. I think.
Big Pharma in America, yeah.
And they might
Without
have been
Big Pharma, I don't know
misdiagnosed as something else. If they hyper,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they might be misdiagnosed as something else.
So my question
The,
to
mi-
you
then
guys
the
is
misdiagnosis and the medication, like he's saying,
Yep.
go hand in
Hand
hand.
in
go
hand,
hand in
yeah.
hand.
Now.
How many African Americans are people, whether they're students or teachers, how many African American people in this country are actually getting involved in the school system to actually break students free from that?
But it's
Mhm.
hard though. It's hard. Even if you are like a good person, it's hard because they have the system set up. You know what I'm saying? The system is already set up. So,
But don't you agree that if we don't attack the school system and the curriculums in the educational system as it stands, if we don't do something about the American educational system right now, today, that it's going to keep producing this wealth gap in this country?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because see, they got this
That's-
thing. I believe it's called the spectrum. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. But I think it's called the spectrum, and they say it's like autism, right?
Mhm.
And they say like it's different side. Like some of the kids are genius, and some of the kids are not even verbal. You know what I'm saying? But that's the problem because they say like almost every kid could like fit on
the
the
spectrum.
spectrum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We all fit somewhere.
yeah.
But even
yeah.
here's the thing.
But that's a scary thing though.
Here's a fact for you. Most autistic children are the most honest children you ever come across in your life. That's
Mhm.
fact number one. Fact number two, a lot of autistic children are actually smarter than what they have been diagnosed to be.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And one of the things that's holding them back from moving forward is the medication
Mhm.
that they're taking.
That's true too.
if they on medication.
And that's continuing
A
to
lot
more
of
than
people, a
likely.
lot of parents
create
don't
and
refuse
extend
it.
the
Yeah.
wealth
Yeah,
gap.
my son is autistic. We don't give him medication.
No?
Nope.
Is he
He's verbal.
Verbal and
Yeah,
everything?
he's not what you call high. He's low level.
Low
Yeah.
level.
Low
Hey,
level.
everybody knows somebody who's autistic. You know,
Mhm.
we got I got
Yeah.
niece and
He's
cousin.
26
It's
now.
it's
Oh
aggravating.
yeah,
It's frustrating, and
kinda
it's-
got away from
it's-
the money.
It's
Sorry
very
about that, y'all.
angering. Well, I stay with the money because this is all tied into the money.
It is.
Well, we can keep
It
rolling
is.
with the next
Yeah,
one.
because
Yeah.
the way that you look at it is the money aspect of society. What they did to Black Americans through the financial window
Mhm.
was to make sure that they tried to keep them in a bubble or a corner or a box. There it is. That's the word. A box that they can control.
Mhm.
A box that they can handle. They can pick up the box, put the box where they want to put the box, take the top off the box, put it back on the box.
Mhm.
They want to be able to do all of this stuff and keep Black people in that box.
Mhm.
And it's time for us to say, hey man, listen, let's break out of this box.
Time. Okay, that's good. I think we covered a lot today, and I just
We
want
got a
to.
little
I just want to
sidetracked,
give but I
we got
think it
some
all
good stuff.
intertwines. Though. It all
it all
intertwines
comes together.
with the wealth and income.
It's what I do.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you're
gap
genius,
between-
but I mean, what the heck?
But I do want to do a
Yeah,
little
guys.
small
Nice to know
plug.
We got a genius among us.
I do
You're
want
a
to do a
genius too.
yeah.
And so is Sean.
Yeah.
And
Now,
so is Matt.
yeah. Listen,
Matt,
I'm telling you.
yes.
Matt is a
telling you.
Yeah.
Nah,
He said this guy.
Yo, Rob, he's stupid. But anyway, he's like, Sean, hold on. You saw his face? I was like, damn. Yo, but all seriously, I just like to do a small plug.
God is good.
15 cents of
Matt,
The
I know.
Dollar by Lois Story and Ebony Reed
Yeah.
is probably a good read because it's the only book I know of is dealing with wealth gap between the white and Black males, families, I should say, households.
Mm.
So I just got turned onto this book, so I'm probably ordered it today
Mm-hmm.
and try to start digging into it. So we'll see. We can see what we can talk about next
Right,
week.
right.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but for Ronald McConaughey, Rob, Lil Lion, for Matt, I'm Sean Wilson. It's Open Up Forum. Peace out.
Love you.
Good night, everybody.